What's going on, guys? Aggronix, and welcome back to week 3 of the ElysianUCL. Today we're going to jump in to our team prep for the Hurricane Island Lugias. Guys, last week we suffered a pretty disappointing loss against the Richmond Riperiors. And actually it's funny, earlier this week my friend Craft, shout out to the Manchester Not Skiddies, they played the Elexfar's Future Sites, the Porygon God 2 that I played in week 1. If you remember, I beat Porygon 1-0, Kraft beat Porygon 4-0. So, Kraft is making me look really bad, so we need to pull out a win on this week, and we need it to be a really good win. As you can see, I'm bringing Heliolisk, Superior, Dragonite, Hitmonlee, Agron, and Sylveon. Why am I bringing them? What are they there for? I'm going to get to that in a second, but first of all, let's get into my opponent's team. Hurricane and Lugias are Latios, Keldeo, Suicune, Volcarona, Registeel, Cofagrigus, Cradily, Gallade, Armaldo, Leafeon, and Mega Tyranitar. Now they have a super duper scary draft. They have a really good draft, you know, legendaries all over the place, even a pseudo, you know. They have a lot of good typings, a lot of immunities. You know, they have the Psychic immunity in Tyranitar, you have the Poison immunity in Registeel, you have the Ground immunity minus Mulbreaker and Latios. You know, there's a lot of things going on in his team. You have a Water immunity in Cofagrigus. So his team is very good. If you notice, he does have a lot of the same weaknesses. You know, Ground weakness in Registeel and Tyranitar. You know, a Steel weakness in Cradily and Armaldo and Tyranitar. Electric and Grass weakness in Keldeo and Suicune. You know, so there's a few weaknesses that we can kind of take advantage of, but not really when this team is so bulky, it's also pretty decently fast. His fastest mon is 110, which isn't the craziest thing in the world. It's still decently fast, but thankfully Superior caps at 113, so we actually have a faster team than his in terms of fastest mon, which is pretty good. But I definitely expect him to bring Latios, Volcarona, Registeel, and Mega Tyranitar. I definitely see those four coming. Now he could bring Suicune and Keldeo. I don't think he'll bring both. If he does bring both, I think I'm okay with that. I think he'll bring Keldeo. I'm prepped out the wazoo for Suicune because I know Suicune's scary. But if he doesn't bring Suicune, that's fine. If he brings Keldeo, that's you know, that's fine. If he brings Suicune instead of Keldeo, it's still fine, you know, but I think he's going to bring one of them. The last one, I literally have no idea. He could bring Cradily to wall my Lodic, which we're not bringing. He could bring Gallade to hit Agron, but Sylveon just walls it. He could bring Armaldo as a rapid spinner, which I definitely see, but he has Latios for defog, so I don't really see him doing that. And he could also bring Leafeon for Wish Protect, and Cofagrigus is also a very big possibility. So literally, he could bring any 6 mons in his team. But do I know what he's going to bring? Pretty much. I think he's definitely going to bring the main 5 in Latios, Suicune, or Keldeo. You know, one of those two. Volcarona, Registeel, and Mega Tyranitar. I think those 4, Latios, Volcarona, Registeel, and Mega Tyranitar are definitely coming. If you don't see the Registeel, holy shit! But I think we will. So, let's get into our team. Let's get into why we're bringing and what we're bringing. We're bringing SBO, the Heliolisk, making his debut. Life Warp Heliolisk. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Focus Blast, and Dark Pulse with an 8 in HP, 252 in special attack, and 248 in speed with a timid nature. Now, this thing's job is to wall the Suicune because of Dry Skin. Dry Skin allows him to be immune to water, which is broken. Sorrison has only brought Crocoon set, which if you don't know is Scald, Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk. It's a broken set and it's really hard to get past. But because of Heliolisk having Dry Skin, Suicune is not really an issue. The only thing that he could do is bring Ice Beam, but then he'd have to sacrifice maybe Scald, which I could see him doing. You know, that would make sense, but he still wouldn't be able to hit as hard. And you know, then Milotic would wall it. So it's like it's kind of a mixed bag. He might not bring Calm Mind, which would make it not a threat at all. He could straight up go offensive with a Hidden Power on it or something. Hidden Power Ground, maybe Hidden Power Fire for Agron and Superior. You know, he could do a lot of things, but I think Superior Heliolisk is a really good matchup. Bringing Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Focus Blast, and Dark Pulse. Thunderbolt is there for really good damage. Volt Switch is there for initiative. Focus Blast is one that I was really on. I was really unsure if I was going to bring it or not, because Focus Blast is a chance to miss, and I know my luck very well. I don't try to lie about it. I don't say I'm a lucky person. I'm not. I'm not. I'm a very unlucky person. I know I'm going to miss a few Focus Blasts tomorrow, but I need to. I was going to run Low Kick for Tyranitar, but Low Kick did less than Volt Switch to Registeel, which is ridiculous. Yes, Focus Blast isn't a one-shot on Tyranitar, I understand that. It still does like 80%, it still does a lot, trust me. But it also does 50% to Registeel, which is huge. This thing also walls Registeel to a certain extent. Thunder Wave and Iron Head are both resisted or immune, you know, depending. He could bring Earthquake. I could see him bringing Earthquake for Agron and Heliolisk. But if he does it, if he brings Earthquake, if he brings Earthquake, I say you run Iron Head, Earthquake, Thunder Wave, Rest. I could see that being a set, but that's why Sylveon's there with Heal Bell. But Espio's job is really, really important. It's you'll notice he has no ground immunities on his team, so as long as Espio is alive, we're basically just going to click Volt Switch over and over again. I think that's what's going to happen. This thing is very, very important, and I'm super, super, super happy to have Espio on the team. And that's why I drafted Heliolisk, to wall huge water, you know, monsters like you know, Suicune. So the only thing that Heliolisk is scared of is the Latios that outspeeds, and the Keldeo if it's Choice Scarf. Now if the Keldeo is Choice Scarf, we have a bit of an issue. If it's not Choice Scarf, I don't think I'm scared of Keldeo anymore, but I think he has to outspeed Heliolisk and Superior. I think it's just smarter for him, but we'll see what happens. Next we have William. William the Superior Expert Belt with Leaf Swarm, Hidden Power Fire, Dragon Pulse, and Aqua Tail. 20 in attack, 252 in special attack, and 236 in speed. Now, this thing's job is to basically be an all-arounder. You'll notice that we have coverage for basically everything. Leaf Storm is there for great stab. Obviously, Contrary is pretty broken. With Expert Belt, we're able to do a good amount of damage to Keldeo and Suicune, even at being, you know, 0 special attack boost. You know, with Leaf Storm, we're still going to do a decent amount. And after a while, that damage is going to start racking up and racking up. Hidden Power Fire is there for the Registeel. I'm not joking, guys. Registeel is so freaking scary. Dragon Pulse is there for the Latios. I know it seems counterproductive to bring Dragon Pulse. Like, I wanted to bring Knockoff. Originally, this set was Leaf Storm, Hidden Power, Rock, Dragon Pulse, Knockoff. But then I realized you're wondering why Aqua Tail's there. Aqua Tail is there for the Volcarona. I wanted to run Hidden Power Rock. Hidden Power Rock does 80% max. Aqua Tail does 60% max. So no matter what, they're both 2-shots. So why bother going with one over the other and not, like, because if I went with Hidden Power Rock, I can't hit the Registeel. Registeel still doesn't take too much from a Hidden Power Fire. At 0 special attack boost, it only takes 20% max from a Hidden Power Fire. So I'm not expecting it to do a lot. But if it comes to the end where Superior has like +4 special attack and all he has left is Tyranitar and Registeel, we can win that. Hidden Power Fire does a decent amount of damage after a few of attack boosts, and we'll see what happens. Dragon Pulse is there for the Latios. Dragon Pulse at +2 special attack. I think one-shots Latios. If not +2, definitely +4. And if not +2, definitely +2 after rocks. So Superior is definitely important, and I'm hoping it can do us justice. Now again, Keldeo being Choice Scarf is a bit of a drag. If it is, I think it will be. But Keldeo's strongest move it can use against us is like Icy Wind or Secret Sword, and you know. So we're running just enough speed to outspeed a Latios. You'll notice with the same with Espio. We're running just enough speed to outspeed a Latios, or sorry, a Keldeo and Heliolisk. But the reason that we're running 236 is if we drop this, we actually go to 350, which is really annoying. So we speed tie, so we have to go because we have to run 30 IVs to get him Power Fire. So it's a lot of technical shit, but yeah, I think William is very important, and hopefully we can do him some justice. Next, we have Spyro, the Dragonite. This is the first week where I'm bringing Dragonite, and he's a win condition. We're bringing Lumberry with Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. 104 in HP, 252 in attack, and 152 in a speed with an Adamant Nature. Now, this set is kind of all over the place. I'm really unsure on whether I should bring Dragonite or not, because after Dragonite goes down, Volcarona destroys our team. And that's a fact. Volcarona is super duper scary. And there's nothing I can do about that. So, with him, probably want to get rocks up. I wanted to run Roofs instead of Dragon Dance. But you'll notice Dragon Knight does so much work against my opponent's team if he's able to get a few Dragon Dances up. He's able to do so much. Run a Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. Thunder Punch is there for Keldeo and the Suicune, obviously. Dragon Claw is there for a really good step. I wanted to run Outrage, but I felt like if we're at, if we're at neutral attack, and he goes in a Suicune, it gives it a chance to set up, and I really don't want that. Earthquake is there for the Registeel and the Tyranitar, and Dragon is there to set up. 104 HP is just the leftover 8 EVs from speed. Now, with this speed, 152, at +1, with one Dragon Dance, we will outspeed Latios, because half of 234 is 117. Add 117 to 234, you get 351. Latios caps at 350. He's not going to run Choice Scarf Latios. If we see it, I'm going to be blown away. Honestly, but that's actually kind of good because he can't run Defog then, so we'll see what happens with that. But I think Dragonite is really, really important because after one Dragonite will outspeed everything on his team, minus a Choice Scarf Keldeo, or even Choice Scarf Volcarona. You never know. I think Dragonite can be useful, but I do think Dragonite is almost the most expendable. Like, he's there, but that's because nothing else can go there. I wanted to go Golurk, but Golurk didn't really do much because Suicune and Keldeo. I wanted to go Muck, but, you know, obviously, what's its face? Tyranitar and Registeel. I wanted to go Snorlax, but again, Keldeo, Registeel, Tyranitar. There's just, I wanted to go Mesprit. I wanted to bring Mesprit, but then we would have nothing to wall the Volcarona. Dragonite is literally the best thing we can go with. I should probably run with Roost, but at +1 attack, Dragonclaw one-shots Volcarona. So the best defense is going to be the best offense. Also, Lumberry is there because of Thunder Wave from Registeel and a possible Scald Burn from Suicune or Keldeo. Next is Jax, making his debut on the team Hitmonlee. This is actually his first week on this team in its entirety. We swapped out Machamp for Hitmonlee, and I am so glad to be bringing this board tonight. We have Fist Plate with Limber, Sucker Punch, Close Combat, Mach Punch, and Rock Slide. Oh. Let me explain. Limber, if you don't know, Limber makes it so you can't get paralyzed. This means that Hitmonlee completely walls the Registeel. Now, let me check. Let me check this right here. If we have a Hitmonlee, that's a Hitmonchan. We don't have that. Shout out to the Munchlax, but because they have Hitmonchan, it didn't work in their last battle. But if we have a, who are we talking about again? Who are we talking about again? I swear to God. Oh yeah, I remember. Iron Head. It should do like, that does so much. Oh, nah. Let me show you something. Fist Plate. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get rid of Fake Out because we're not running that. Let me go. Sorry, no. Are we running Knockoff? We're not. Mach Punch. You'll notice that Mach Punch and Close Combat, the combination of those two attacks will one-shot the Registeel. That's something we desperately need. I had to run Fist Plate. I didn't want to run Normal Gem because, again, Registeel could just paralyze us. I didn't want to run Life Orb because that would be too much damage racking up. And I didn't want to run Expert Belt because then Suicune, I can't hit the Suicune. Fist Plate is there to do as much damage as possible. Sucker Punch is there for the Latios. I actually didn't know that Hitmonlee got Sucker Punch. This is actually really, really cool. Hopefully he doesn't expect it. He thinks, oh, I can just go straight for a Draco Meteor, expecting to swap out, or, do whatever. But BAP! How much does a Sucker Punch do? Actually, let me check this right here. Because we have the nice Fangly computer running at good speeds and stuff. We have a Latios at level 100. How much does a Sucker Punch do? That does a lot of damage. So after 2 layers of rocks, it's good. It's basically gonna kill. It actually doesn't do as much as I thought it would. But then again, Latios is decently bulky, so we have to expect that. But Sucker Punch is there for the Latios. Rock Slide is there for the Volcarona. Hitmonlee can actually take a special hit because of this 110 special defense, but I'm hoping not to bring Hitmonlee in on the Volcarona. I can't even speak today. We have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Mega Tyranitar. And we just dumped the rest in the special defense. Not much to say again about Jax. We're hoping to catch him off guard. Maybe Hitmonlee is in against the Registeel. He thinks, oh, he's gonna predict the Volcarona, go for Rock Slide or whatever, which I might actually do the first time just to get enough damage where close combo will kill, and then he'll go for Thunder Wave, Limber. So that's what that is, and hopefully Jax does some work. Next we have our Mega Tyranitar. Terminator, the Mega Agron. I'm so all over the place. Tyranitar is so scary. We have Filter, Iron Head, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Rest with 248 HP, 8 in defense, 252 in special defense with an impish nature. Agron is super duper important. Probably the most expendable mon, but still important. If you notice, it walls the Latios. It does decent against the Registeel. It doesn't really match well against the Cofagrigus, although we have Rest. It destroys the Cradily. It does really well against Gallade, even though Gallade can hit with a Drain Punch, whatever. It can't do enough damage to where we're threatened. Armaldo, bodied. Leafeon, bodied. Mega Tyranitar, bodied. So that's like half his team right there. That I can, like, what, 1? Yeah, we won't count that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mons that we can just completely destroy. I had to bring Agron this week. Now, sadly, Keldeo and Volcarona do shit all over its life, and Suicune can set up on it. So if you bring Suicune, I'm never leaving Agron in on the Suicune. I wanted to run Dragon Tail, but I had to run Rest because Agron is so important against the Tyranitar and the Latios. I had to run some for the recovery, and I didn't want to, depend on Tinkerbell's wish, so I had to run Rest on this thing. But I think that was the best thing possible. And also, if we get burned or paralyzed, we can rest on it. So I actually think it was a really good idea. Agron is a very important mon. Again, probably most expendable, but what can you do? And finally, we have Sylveon, Tinkerbell. Once again, running a very standard set, but it's a set that works. Hyper Voice, Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, Max HP, 236 in a defense, and 20 in a special defense with a calm nature. This thing is meant to, again, look at Sylveon's matchup. Bodies the Latios, bodies the Keldeo, bodies the Cofagrigus, bodies the Gallade, bodies the Tyranitar. You know, my opponent's team really can't touch it. Or other than the Registeel and the Volcarona, my opponent's team cannot go up against, and Suicune, I suppose, against Sylveon. I wanted to run offensive Sylveon, but I needed a Wish Heal Bell support, and sadly, Sylveon's the only one we have. When I drafted Sylveon, I said, listen, Sylveon is probably going to do this every single week, and it kind of looks like that. Well, now that we've drafted Mesprit, and we have Milotic as well, I feel like Tinkerbell might be able to get some offensive presence in the next few matches, but we'll have to see. But like I said, this is the team. We have Espio, the Heliolisk, we have William the Superior, we have Spyro, the Dragonite, Jax, the Hitmonlee, Terminator, the Agron, and Tinkerbell, the Sylveon. Do you guys agree? Do you not? Leave in the comment section down below. Guys, I love you so much. If you guys are supporting the Cork City Cradillys, make sure to heavy slam like button down below for this. And this battle will go up in, a few hours after this video goes up, maybe the next day. Who knows? I'm a bit of a snaggletooth. With that being said, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. That's not even English. That's not even English. It's so late. I'm so worried. I'm literally having the battle in like an hour, guys. So I'm super duper worried. But with that being said, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Later.